A terrified group of adults and children suddenly arrive saying, there are little creatures surrounding our farmhouse and we've been shooting at them for hours.
Leftovers, 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 leftovers.
Oh, welcome to the Leftovers Podcast. Oh, if you guys enjoyed last week's metal episode about metal music, you're going to enjoy this week where we talk shit about this alien story.
Let's go!
This week for Leftovers Files, we are talking about the infamous Hopkinsville goblins. We did this years ago. Oh my God, it's been years. Years ago on Dynamic Trio Podcast when we used to be 3, and then we got leftovers, and now we're just 2 guys.
Yeah.
And heading close to episode 100. That is next week. So subscribe, follow, comment below because we are going to talk about cuckoldry. We will open the doors to you. We will let you in. Will we have a live cuck on the thing? It depends what I'm doing on Saturday.
It depends if I've taken up that hobby yet.
With that being said,
Yes.
keep in mind, episode 100, cuckoldry.
Yes.
Now, anyways, today we're talking about the Hopkinsville goblins. This is something that me and Alex have already talked about. That it's kind of a silly story. It's not our favorite alien story. It's famous, all that good stuff.
It's actually my least favorite.
It's least favorite because it's a little too silly.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna make fun of it, and more importantly, we're gonna debunk it. Because I have a theory.
Ooh.
A film theory. I'm just kidding.
Theory?
No, that's a YouTube.
Wait, isn't that like a YouTube guy?
Yeah. He quit.
He quit?
Yeah, he's done.
Did he get accused of something?
No,
Oh.
he's a great guy. Great guy through and through.
I don't know. I feel like when it comes to old YouTubers, they all got some type of thing going on with them.
Yeah. Well, we're young YouTuber guys, so we're safe.
But like we're not from that era. We're not like OGs.
Oh, that's true. That era was
all
weird.
the OG people were weird.
Yeah, I don't know why they were so freaking weird. All right, let's set the scene. So obviously, this happens where? Alex?
Hopkinsville.
It doesn't actually
Is it
happen.
Georgia?
No. What?
Hopkinsville, Georgia?
No. But it doesn't actually happen in downtown Hopkinsville. This actually happens in Kelly, Kentucky, August 21st, 1955.
That's coming up.
That's... Oh my God, the anniversary. Let's see this episode.
No.
All right. So this happens at the Sutton farmhouse, which was near Kelly, Kentucky, several miles north of Hopkinsville. It's rural Kentucky. There's no internet, obviously. No ring cameras, obviously. The farmhouse reportedly didn't even have running water, which becomes important later. So there are multiple adults and children at the house this evening, and sources disagree slightly in the exact head count and relationships, but the core witnesses include matriarch Glennie Langford, her sons including Elmer Lucky Sutton, that's his nickname Lucky, and their family members and visitors Billy Ray and June Taylor. Later accounts generally describe 5 adults and 7 children arriving at the police station, and Billy Ray Taylor is about to become that friend. The guy who walks back in the party saying, "Guys, you're not gonna fucking believe what I just saw."
It's like, what? You finally got laid?
So keep this another thing in mind. They were circus people, like circus workers kind of people.
Wait, were they really?
Yeah, they were those kind of people, traveling circus people and stuff like that.
Do they have elephants?
They did not have elephants. It was just Billy.
I just overrate.
Around 7 p.m. on this faithful day, Billy Ray, I guess faithless because God wasn't anywhere near this one.
Nah.
At 7 p.m., Billy Ray goes outside to get water. What do you call those things? A pail? No, that's what you bring with you.
In a well?
In a well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes to a well. And Jack and Jill, I'm just kidding. So he goes to a well and he reports seeing a bright object streaking through the sky. Streaking? That's naked. And accounts describe it as brightly illuminated or silvery. That's the most scientific word they come up with.
Silvery? That's I don't think I like that word.
I don't think
silvery.
I don't think I like this guy's brain.
Silvery. It feels sharp. It sounds sharp.
It sounds sharp.
Yeah.
And now I'm imagining a knife.
Yeah.
Now I'm imagining your head through it. Anyways,
Speaking of knives. Never mind.
So it had unusual colors trailing from it. Most importantly, Billy believes he sees it descend behind the property toward a gully or a wooded area. And he runs inside and tells everybody, essentially, "Guys, you're not going to believe what I just saw."
It's like, we know that you're not getting laid. We don't care. You saw your reflection and it was big.
You're a circus man. That's all you'll ever be.
Yeah. Now do some flips for us.
Ork, ork, ork.
Yeah.
And everybody apparently reacts exactly how you would react. They don't believe him.
Yeah, of course.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And it's dismissed as something like a shooting star or a meteor or Billy just being drunk.
Yeah.
It's really funny though because obviously now we know this whole story becomes a whole thing. So Billy basically at some point in the story, it's not reported, but it is my theory and basically truth that at some point he basically told the whole family, "I fucking told you guys,
Yeah.
it was real.
I told you.
I told you." About an hour later though, the family dog starts to lose its shit. Something is outside, and Billy Ray and Lucky go to investigate. And this is where the story goes completely off the rails. They claim a small figure is approaching the farmhouse, and reportedly descriptions eventually included roughly 3 to 4 feet tall, oversized head, huge glowing eyes, yellowish eyes, jaundiced ass, enormous ears, some say like elf, long thin arms, claw-like hands like a Lego man.
Wait, really?
Yeah, there was like claw hands.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. Silvery appearance. Again, back to that silvery description. And arms raised strangely above or besides its body.
I thought you were about to say an armed with an AK-47.
No, that was Billy and Lucky,
yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
The last thing is they don't describe them walking normally. The creatures supposedly move with this bizarre floating, like bobbing motion. Almost like you would imagine a cartoon figure in the 1950s. You know, those old cartoons?
Floated?
It was floating, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know,
I thought it was like wonky or something. I'm like, maybe his leg fell asleep.
leave him alone. He just got in a crash.
Yeah.
Well, Lucky and Billy responded with good old-fashioned 1955 Kentucky diplomacy. They shot it.
Yep.
Yeah, they shoot at it. They're like, "Get off my yard. This
The
is
American way.
mine." Yeah.
Shoot first, ask questions later.
For real, dude. Yeah. They reportedly fire a shotgun and a .22 rifle, and they believe they hit the creature. But instead of collapsing, oh my god, it becomes Simone Biles. It starts flipping in the air. It tumbles. It does a backwards flip, and then it disappears.
What?
Literally, that's a description, though. It's like Simone Biles that like gracefully just flips through the air and all that stuff. And I'm
it
just
dodges
like,
every bullet.
It dodges every bullet. Like a fucking
So
Matrix
like Spider-Man.
movie. Don't get me back to Spider-Man, dude. I will sit here for another hour with you.
Oh wait, but in this one he didn't dodge the bullet.
That's so sad.
Yeah. I think I was talking about Toby's though. You know how he would always like dodge like really intense things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking about that.
Oh god. Well, now everyone retreats into the house, which would be fine, except that the creatures apparently kept coming back, and there were more. One appears at the window, and another appears near a doorway. Something gets onto the roof and starts going, you know?
Yeah.
Someone looks outside and reportedly sees another one in the trees. They're in the trees.
Are you sure the one on the roof isn't just rats in the walls?
You know what? It wouldn't be that far off. You know what I mean?
Imagine like you see fallen aliens and the person in the house who's still trying to keep the peace is just like, no, like it's just rats in the ceilings, guys. It's fine.
Sorry, guys. I just like to keep stuff up there.
It's like we obviously shot at them and they moved.
It didn't even fucking move.
Yeah.
It did a whole Simone Biles and backflip.
Yeah.
I gave it a gold medal.
Yeah.
So they start shooting a lot. Shots are fired repeatedly. Windows get destroyed. Screens get holes blown through them, just like Alex said to me last night. At one point, Billy
The
Ray...
holes or the blow?
Both. At one point, Billy Ray reportedly stepped outside and a clawed hand reached down from the roof towards his hair and head.
No.
Terrifying. He fucking books it and shoots at it again, you know?
I'd be like, no, you ain't taking me or my gun.
You ain't taking... Yeah.
Because it's America.
I wonder if he was more concerned about possibly either being invaded by aliens, by being invaded by aliens, but in his sense, illegal aliens.
Oh, yeah.
Or in the third sense, someone's taking my guns.
Yeah,
I
probably
actually
that
don't
one.
know which one actually was frustrating him more.
He probably was mad about all of it, to be honest.
Everybody has barricaded themselves inside, but the goblins aren't charging the house. They're essentially trolling them. They're literally playing with the humans. They're
Like goblins or trolls.
both.
Okay.
I call them both because
Or
they're
aliens.
a fucking nuisance.
Okay.
Yeah. They peek through windows, they get shot, disappear, and then they pop up somewhere else. I think that's why they get the title Goblins and Elf, because they kind of act magical in a weird way. They're disappearing and reappearing.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck are you, Chris Angel?
It was the original one.
Yeah. So apparently nobody can kill these things. This becomes one of the weirdest reoccurring details. The witnesses don't describe bullets passing through them. They describe them something closer to, we hit the motherfucker and it didn't care.
Really?
Yeah.
They're like, word for word. That's what they said.
Word for word, Billy Ray Cyrus's mom said
Yeah.
that. Oh, wait, Billy Ray Cyrus. My
Billy Ray
bad.
Cyrus.
My bad. Sorry, guys. Hold it. Shots allegedly knock the creatures over or backward, but they just get back up. Think of like Sableye from Pokemon. That's
Yeah.
what you're looking at, but it's not as cool.
Isn't that what we discovered from the first time that we did this? That like he was actually influenced, or not influenced. He was made in. What am I trying to say?
Yeah, in reference to this
To
incident.
this, yeah, okay,
that
okay.
was the supposedly this is what created Sableye, the Pokemon.
Yeah, gotcha.
Which fucking sick though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's like your favorite one too, right?
it is my favorite one.
Yeah.
I do think it's one of the cooler ones.
Yeah.
But again, these don't sound as cool as Sableye. These
Yeah.
sound kind of like a nuisance.
It sounds like annoying, but
And
at the same time, like if I saw this in real life, I'd still be scared because I don't know like what they are.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely like, oh,
It just I just don't like this.
like pick a different hobby.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was doing that because it took after them a little bit.
What do you mean?
Because they were circus people, so that means that they can like flip and stuff too, right?
They've been stalking this family. Like, look what we learned from your show.
Or like, what if they could like just absorb their skill set almost?
You think Billy was flipping for the show? He was probably just helping like carry crazy. He wasn't doing the flips.
But somebody was, right?
I mean, I don't know what circus people means though. You know, like it doesn't mean that you were like cool like that. Maybe you rode that bike, you know, and that spear. They didn't have that
maybe
back
they
then.
were. Yeah,
Maybe
that's
they were just a
true.
help.
Yeah,
You
because when I think of the circus, I only think of the people that fly through the air.
Yeah.
The trapeze artists.
Oh, that would be cool, but I don't think these people were made for that.
Damn.
Yeah, not everyone's made for that, dude.
Do they have a photo?
No, I don't. An important clarification, though, even though that they apparently, you know, this encounter lasted hours. Later newspaper coverage inflated the creature count to something like 12 to 15. We don't actually know that there were 12 different creatures there.
Damn.
Different sources and stories make it seem like anywhere from like 5 to like 30.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah. It might have been only been a few figures repeatedly appearing in different places. That is also a theory, a leading theory that if this be true, then the fact that they were disappearing and reappearing maybe fuck with their heads thinking how many people were actually there. Oh, sorry, how many creatures were actually there.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So they've been shooting at the aliens for hours. Again, they just kept doing this for hours. But by the way, how much fucking ammo do you have in your
Yeah.
house, you know?
And how much do you have left after this incident? Which, if I were to have a gun and I were to unload on something, this is like the perfect time to do it.
Yeah, but like, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, true.
It's a lot of money for bullets, you know? Just for you guys who are thinking about hunting aliens, just an FYI.
It's expensive.
It's expensive, dude. It's an expensive hobby. And plus, they're all the way up there in space. It's like, my bullet don't reach that.
Yeah.
You gotta get like a laser.
Yeah, like I
Get
have to
yourself a
get
laser.
like into a ship to do my hobby.
Dude, what wouldn't it be the funniest fucking thing if we find out that all the UFO crashes that have ever happened is because someone pointed a laser at the sky?
That wouldn't even be that crazy. In this world where like things are just kind of dumb sometimes, I could see that being a thing.
That, oh my god, I love that theory. I
Yeah.
love that. That is so funny. Well, anyways, finally the family collectively decides fuck this house, and they pile into vehicles and run once the creatures kind of dissipate a little bit. They dr-
those type of circus people where they all pile into one car and they can all fit in it.
They pile into the vehicle, flee, and they drive into Hopkinsville and walk into the police station. I wouldn't really call it a walk. I call it more like a book it.
Yeah. Like floor that shit and then run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, imagine being the desk officer. A terrified group of adults and children suddenly arrive saying, there are little creatures surrounding our farmhouse and we've been shooting at them for hours. You know, police initially have to consider something much more mundane. Is there an actual armed attack happening? That is true. Is there gunfire happening, right? So these people have guns.
Yeah.
They're terrified. You don't know what they could do. And they're claiming that something or somebody is outside their house right now and they've been shooting at it.
Yeah.
Well, the cops have to take this seriously. Obviously, there's guns, right? And this is one of the reasons Hopkinsville survives as UFO folklore. Police didn't simply laugh them out of the station. Authorities mobilized immediately.
Oh, wow.
The response reportedly included Hopkinsville Police, Kentucky State Police, Christian County sheriffs and deputies, military police associated with nearby Fort Campbell Air Force Station. Contemporary reconstructed accounts put the response at more than a dozen law enforcement personnel from different departments.
Holy crap.
They drive back to the farmhouse and nothing. There is no spaceship, no dead alien, no little goblin hand lying in the yard, which is fair. Like they shot at them and they did backflips.
Yeah.
They didn't actually die. But the police can tell that something did happen there. This distinction actually matters. They don't find evidence of aliens. They do find evidence of consistent with people having fired guns around the house, which, no shit.
Yeah.
There's broken windows.
Windows shattered.
Damaged
doors
screens.
broken in.
And obviously,
A
fucking
pile of shit on the ground because they were scared.
bullet casings everywhere.
Yeah.
Around everywhere, you know? The witnesses are also described as genuinely frightened. I did not know this, but police make a note of like, hey, they look genuine or they didn't look genuine. And apparently the individual accounts were consistent enough that investigators didn't simply conclude everyone made this up 5 minutes ago. That's why this case is interesting, because after interviews separately, the police said everyone's saying the same shit.
Oh, wow.
That is kind of scary. There was very good evidence that the family believed something was happening, but that's completely different from evidence that aliens were the ones there, you know?
Yeah.
But so the police leave, you know, all that good stuff. They're like, well, there's nothing here. I guess we'll come back in the morning. Looks like dangerous.
I was promised aliens. You guys gave me nothing.
You gave me nothing.
So I'm going to go home and fucking drink a cigarette.
Drink a cigarette is crazy. Well, the police leave, and the fucking things come back.
Okay.
They fucking come back. So, around like 2:30 in the morning, the creatures return. There's more sightings and more shootings, and some accounts have activity continue until roughly 5 in the morning.
Jesus.
One of the accounts also says that the reason they even found out the aliens were back, the mom of the house was sleeping and she was on her side. She opens her eyes in the middle of the night around 2:30 in the morning. She sees through the windows the aliens looking at her again.
Oh, at least it wasn't like right in front of her. That would scare the hell out of me. That would give me chills up my
That
ass.
would be worse. That would be so much worse. It's awful because the family basically got the officers there and they were like, don't worry, ma'am. There's nothing here. You know? And like the fucking goblins the whole time were just sneaking around. We know that now, if this is true. But yeah, the next morning, this is one of the details people forget. Authorities and reporters return. The family is reportedly gone. They booked it again.
They're like, we're not sleeping here ever again.
Fuck this house. Neighbors say that they packed up and left after claiming the creatures returned during the early morning. And from here, the story explodes because now there's no family here because they got driven out by aliens, right? And UFO investigators arrive, newspapers arrive, and curiosity seekers arrive. And the Sutton family realizes they've accidentally created one of America's most famous UFO stories. And this is where Billy Ray comes back.
Oh, wow.
Billy Ray starts hurting the credibility of the story. You want to know why? What do you think Billy Ray does?
He says that he was drunk as hell.
I'll give you a second guess.
They actually find a hard drive and he's got a lot of CP on it.
This is 1950.
He comes back with a hard drive. He's got a lot of CP on it. Isn't that how they kind of like try to discredit that one guy?
Oh, you're talking about Star Child.
Yeah.
That guy got discredited, but I'm also like 90% sure he made up that whole story to hide his problems.
Yeah, probably.
Like that's pretty. Roman Stadnik or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Billy Ray was already the most colorful witness because he's the guy who originally saw the alleged aircraft. He was like, hey guys, I think there's something weird out here. And now he gets to be the guy who's like, I fucking told you, I told you. You know, he's that guy.
Yeah.
Well, as publicity grows, some retellings describe increasingly embellished behavior and stories surrounding him and the family. This becomes important because UFO investigators themselves eventually struggled with separating what was reported the first night from what became part of the story after. That's something that you really need to think about because UFO investigators pride themselves in having the facts, having every little fact to the T and making sure nothing was made up. And that's pretty much, that's it. They became a national headline news, all this stuff. And eventually Billy Ray would end up charging people for photos of the house, interviews, or to see the house, things like that. He would charge people, which hurt the credibility because now it became part of the whole, this is another circus act.
Yeah,
and as a circus, he's a circus person. Everything, him profiting off this was bad for the family. And the family reportedly hated it. They hated the attention. They hated people coming up. They hated what Billy was doing, but he kept doing it.
It's like, well, do you guys want the new iPhone or what? This is what pays for the new iPhone.
Yeah. You want to see Daddy in the clown costume or not?
Yeah.
This is what pays for Daddy in a clown costume. So what happened? What actually happened? Well, the first one is a bunch of drunk hillbillies shot at owls.
Oh, yeah, that was the thing. If you've ever seen footage of owls when they're babies, they look like aliens.
They look, even like some species of owls look bad. And
Yeah.
the description kind of matches.
Yeah.
Yellow eyes, metallic a little bit, grayish,
But the
silvery.
behavior's different. Like,
Yeah.
backflips versus wings flapping. I feel like that's so different.
That is so different.
Yeah.
But there is some, there's some credibility there that they might have been a drunken family.
Was it one of the things like people believe that it was monkeys or something?
Yeah, runaway monkeys from a
Yeah.
different circus or something.
Was that one of the things?
That was one of the things, but I don't think monkeys would have stayed once they heard gunshots.
I don't think they can avoid gunshots.
That is another thing too. I don't think they can avoid gunshots. Obviously, the owl theory is probably the strongest theory out of all of them. Looking at pictures of some of the owls here, it's pretty dang close to what they describe. I'm going to show my life partner Alex.
Yeah, okay. Like, yes, owls do look similar, but I'm like
That-
the behavior-wise thing. I don't get it.
I mean, yeah, huge glowing looking eyes, pointed ears,
Like
claw-like arms
Yeah.
that they were talking about. Silent. They didn't, they basically could float.
Yeah.
They could sit on the roof. They could be in trees and they could swoop. And if you're already terrified because, Billy Ray announced that a spaceship landed, an owl spreading its wings in darkness could look absolutely fucking insane.
Maybe it was the Court of Owls from the Batman universe.
No, that'd be worse. That'd be
Yeah,
way
yeah.
worse.
They would be dead.
Skeptical investigator Joe Nickel has argued that owls combined with excitement and the meteor activity that night offer a plausible explanation, though. So, I mean, could they have been drunk and they kind of made up some of the stuff?
And a meteor hit?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that people are arguing constantly is, did they actually do backflips and float off like he said? Or if we remove the backflip part, this 100% sounds like drunk people who shot at owls.
Yeah. 'cause
100%.
You could imagine where they live. It sounded like it was pretty dark. Like you wouldn't necessarily see a bunch of flips happening.
Yeah,
you might
yeah,
just
yeah.
see like just a lot of movement.
Movement.
Yeah.
Well, to kind of push this argument a little bit different direction, how are we supposed to believe that multiple adults over several hours with lights and guns reportedly were just looking at owls and concluded that these are aliens?
Yeah.
It's really hard to believe that.
Because if you've been out there for like a long time, you have seen owls. Like you know what they look like.
Yeah. I mean, I know what you're saying. It's just, it's a really hard thing. You're 100% spot on though. The behavior thing throws this entire theory out of it. I can't believe owls if it's not. God, it's hard.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a family that's been living there for years. They would know what owls would look like and
Yeah.
what owls are in the area. Especially if they're fucking hoarding them. They're like, oh God, it's February. It's time for the owls.
Yeah.
Put the child out there. He's our sacrifice.
Yeah. He's the scarecrow.
Yeah. But to end this off, Project Blue Book. If you guys don't know, it was the military UFO investigation unit kind of thing, right? The case appears in Project Blue Book files, according to a case card numbered 10073. But researchers who reproduce documentation note that Blue Book itself did not conduct the sort of direct full investigation people sometimes imply. They basically... A lot of people say that Project Blue Book, and we said this too in our first version of this podcast, Project Blue Book investigated Hopkinsville and declared it was a hoax. They didn't, it's too simple to say that. The case made it into the Air Force's UFO records, and the official file categorized it dismissively. It's kind of hard to explain it. Basically, there wasn't Project Blue Book never actually got their hands on the case. They never put their hands in the mud, They didn't get dirty with.
So they basically just looked it over and were like, "It's not real."
It's
Is
not
that kinda what they
They
did?
can't. They couldn't also say it's not real because of a lack of investigation from their side.
Yeah.
So they technically just dismissed it. They basically noted it was noted. It was, if you want to really break this down, it wasn't a hoax. It wasn't proven. It was just noted. This happened at this day. They said this happened, but we're not going to investigate.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what are they supposed to do?
Yeah,
it's
like,
done.
There isn't like more activity that happened or whatever. Like it just is what it is,
Yeah. Government of files just says it is what it is.
Yeah, it's like we can't really go back there and like, because there's no proof, there's no blood, there's nothing that we could like pick up or scrap up. There's no ship. Like, what
Yeah.
are we actually supposed to do?
That is true. I mean, does any part of you believe the story?
I think
Now it does?
Yeah.
You didn't believe at the
I
beginning.
just think it's a dumb story. I feel maybe
is
back then I
dumb.
didn't think it was real or whatever, but I don't know. When it comes to alien stuff, I could kind of see just it possibly being a thing.
I think if it's real, it picked the worst person to happen to.
Yeah.
Somebody who was opportunist and a circus, like a whole spectacle kind of person. A freak is that what he said? A freak show. He was a freak show. No. But,
Freak show, whatever it was.
No, it was Mind Freak.
Oh, yeah, Mind Freak.
Yeah. But somebody who was, it was the worst person it could have happened to because no one believed them at the end of it. And now they look like crazy people, but the town still celebrates this as UFO like folklore, and they celebrate the anniversary every year.
And they still got that bag.
They still got, the family ended up Billy ended up profiting off of it. The town ended up profiting about it.
Yeah.
Everyone's profiting about this silly story that happened, but for all we know, it could have been a real thing.
Yeah.
Someone's real trauma, and the family supposedly years later refuses to talk about it. But
Probably
they
'cause
still
they're just over it.
They're not well. They're traumatized.
Yeah.
They're they're probably over it, but they're traumatized. They apparently one of the children in later life, he had an interview where he did talk about how like he does remember parts of it. He does, and the story still correlates. What he says is still the same story from now. Wow. Some of the family members who've gone to interview, they still say the exact same story. No weird details, no added details. Same exact story.
Wow.
Which is pretty impressive if it's a hoax.
Which is also makes me kind of believe it less because over time stories get like changed. Even if you don't like purposely intend it to, like the story does change.
I mean, maybe it
time
did.
goes on.
Maybe that's why there's backflipping aliens now.
Maybe.
Nah. Well, I mean, we'll never know. It's
Yeah.
not my favorite story. It's not a great story. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool if you really want to believe it. But like, I think it's made more fan art than it has strides in the UFO world.
I was gonna say at least we got like a cool Pokemon from it.
That was pretty cool. I'll admit that. Let us know down below. Do you guys, number one, do you believe this story? Do you actually believe in this story? And two, why have we never seen this type of story ever happen again?
Yeah.
We've seen multiple accounts of other UFO stories, like the Billy or Bonnie Hill. Well, no, Bonnie Blue. Well, who's the two people who got abducted? Those two people got abducted.
Bonnie and Clyde?
No, that's a different type of abduction. But basically, or like last week's episode, where we talked about sexy aliens, right?
Yeah.
There's actually multiple stories that match his story.
Of that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot where they're backflipping.
Yeah, not a whole lot where they're just kind of moderating and they look like Sableye.
Yeah.
That's what makes the story really hard to believe. So let us know down below. Do you believe in this story, or have we been missing some other goblin stories that we just haven't talked about?
Could have been elves, actually.
Could have been
legit.
Oh my God, they were checking if they were nice for Santa Claus this year. They were checking in,
Yeah.
and they were like, "We're gonna give them 3 more chances." And after like the 18th hour, they were like, "I think we're done here."
Santa was gonna bring them the iPhone.
Oh my
they didn't have to sell out the story to the news for one.
No, this was the elves test, annual test. Like, can we trust humans? And
Yeah.
clearly not.
And it was check. Nope.
Check no. Yeah, they shot at us.
Yeah.
How long did they shoot? Do I have to stay here, Santa?
Yeah.
They already shot. I need to see how untrustworthy. Santa.
It's been 5 hours.
It's been a whole day.
Yeah.
The cops are here. I'm
Yeah.
in the bushes. They're gonna get me. Santa, please. Let us know down below. Was it aliens or was it Santa's elves?
Yeah.
Follow us to LFTVR POD on TikTok. Follow, like, and subscribe. And get ready, because the next episode you hear, you are entering the cock zone.
Leftovers, leftovers, leftovers.